Check, check, check. Every now and again I get a product in that completely blows me away. But no, seriously, these are products that I keep coming back to. In a sea of almost interchangeable products, these are the ones that have stood out to me. Some are going to be cheap, some are going to be expensive, but they all have had a major impact on my journey, my hi-fi journey. So sit down, grab a cup of coffee, and let's talk about 7 products that continue to surprise me. Bring me back. I think I'm out, but they bring me back in. What movie is that from? The first product is an affordable one, and it's not a specific product, even though we're going to be talking about a couple specific products. It is a Texas Instruments 3255 amp chipset amplifier. These are the first inexpensive Class D amplifiers that really sounded natural. They didn't sound harsh on the top. They had a lot of power. They have a lot of options to increase the power with different power supplies. Amps that use the 3255 chip are IEMA A07, IEMA A07 Max, Fuzzy Audio V3, Fuzzy Audio V3 Mono, Fuzzy Audio ZA3. And a lot of these amplifiers have swappable op amps, which means you can tailor the sound, kind of like changing out tubes. But today's sponsor, one of today's sponsors, is Fuzzy Audio. They're doing a huge giveaway right now. If you click on the link in the description, they're giving away, I think, 20 V3s. Just click on it, follow them on their socials, and you will be entered to get a free pair of Fuzzy Audio V3s. I keep coming back to these amps because they actually can push decent amounts of power, usable power. Especially the ZA3, especially the A07 Max, especially the V3s. There's a lot better cooling going on. And I think most people in a blind test would have a hard time picking out the Fuzzy Audio, the IEMA, over something way more expensive that's Class AB. Probably at 88 dB and below SPL. I'll link a few in the description if you want to check them out, but I keep coming back to these and they are a staple in the cheap Audioman systems. Do you use the internet like I do? Do you want to feel safe on the internet like I do? Then you need to check out NordVPN. Go to nordvpn.com/cheapaudioman and get 4 months for free when you sign up for an annual plan. Become safer online with one single click. Don't miss your favorite content, even when you're traveling. Stay safe from malware with Threat Protection Pro. And never stop surfing with the fastest VPN on the planet. Threat Protection Pro offers advanced digital protection from malware and online threats. Clicking on the link, guess what? Threat Protection Pro blocks websites that are fake, malicious, or used for phishing, fraud, scams, and guess what? They also block pop-up ads. Yay! And it stops many type of web trackers to beef up your privacy. And best of all, it doesn't need an active VPN to work. Just enable the NordVPN app on your Mac or your Windows device or your mobile device and relax and enjoy a better version of the internet. Also has Dark Web Monitor, which tells you if your data has been leaked in a recent breach, which happens all the time. So get your exclusive NordVPN deal. Get 4 months for free when you sign up for an annual plan. Go to nordvpn.com/cheapaudioman with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Don't get phished. Protect yourself from fraud. Watch your shows from wherever you're at in the world. So go to nordvpn.com/cheapaudioman. Get 4 months for free when you sign up for an annual plan, and you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. Thank you, NordVPN, for sponsoring today's video. There are some speakers that for whatever reason just resonate, no pun intended, with me, and I keep coming back to them over and over again. The first speaker that just kind of grabbed me and wouldn't let me go is the Emotiva B1 Plus. They no longer make that speaker, but they have the XB2. The B1 Plus for a while was less than $300 and in my opinion just was unbeatable. However, it does have a certain sonic characteristic, and that is a little bit Clean, clear on top, ton of air because of the AMT tweeter. But I've listened to 100, probably over 100 speakers, maybe over 200 speakers, and that is a speaker that I keep coming back to, especially at the price. I think all of the Emotiva speakers at their price point are outperforming speakers multiples of the price if you are into clarity. It's difficult to say, well, this speaker's better than this speaker 10 times the price. And I say that a lot because that's what people want to hear. But the reality is all speakers sound different at all price points. Not all $2,000 speakers sound the same. Not all $1,000 speakers sound the same. There is not always a linear improvement in sonics simply because you are spending more money. The bookshelves from Emotiva have always blown me away. All right, now we're spending some money. The Advanced Paris A10 Classic, integrated amplifier. This thing has so much I/O. That's inputs and outputs on the back. It's amazing. It looks like a home theater receiver on the back. It also has 2 tubes, has a tube buffer. This is the only tubes that I like in my system. Has a Class A bias, but most importantly, the Advanced Paris A10 Classic looks beautiful and has big VU meters on the front. Whether or not I want to admit it, the way it looks influences me on my enjoyment. The way it looks influences how it sounds. Counterintuitive, I know, but you can't divorce what something looks like from what something sounds like from an experience standpoint. This thing is the most beautiful amplifier I have seen. HDMI inputs, subwoofer outputs, main in, preamp outs. This thing has it all, and it's beautiful. Comes in at $2,400. Expensive, but it does have phono preamp. It has all the stuff, DACs, all the stuff. And once again, I've had a lot of expensive electronics coming through, but I always come back to the Advanced Paris A10 Classic because of how it looks and how it sounds. A litmus test for me is, did I buy the product or did I send it back? I did buy the Advanced Paris A10 Classic. Brilliant. Another expensive product is the Michel Techno Deck. It's a turntable. And it's quite expensive too because you have to buy a tone arm separately. You have to buy a cartridge separately. But there's something about it that I just love and I keep coming back to. I even have a Metallica limited edition project turntable. And one would think that that would be the turntable I would keep coming back to simply because of how it looks. I love the way that one looks. But with the Michel, it's like minimalist. The motor is actually not even touching the plinth. And ultimately, I want to get the Gyro SE from Michel. That's super expensive though. But I'm satisfied with the Techno Deck. And I think it's because the design of these tables is unlike anything else that I've had. And I also love the story behind Michel as a company. It's 3 generations of people, family-run company, and I love that. Of course, the Sony SS, can you see it? See, right there. CS5. If you've watched the channel at all, you're probably sick of me talking about these speakers, but when they are on sale for around $130, it is the best. They used to go on sale for $90, like Cyber Monday, Black Friday, stuff like that. They go down to about $130 now. This is a crazy speaker. Some people don't like it, but that's okay. Some people don't like In-N-Out Burger. Doesn't mean they're wrong. But the beauty of the Sony SS-CS5 is it's inexpensive and it can scale with the electronics and it sounds amazing. Can be a little bit forward in the upper mid-range and the treble, depending upon what electronics you have on it. And I've had the Sonys on some high-end equipment and it mellows them out. I think cheap electronics, inexpensive electronics, especially electronics that don't have a 3255 Ti amp chipset in them, can exacerbate the forwardness, the forward nature of this speaker. Goes down, hits low, fast bass, clean, clear mid-range, and air on the top end. And I've cracked these things open. They actually have a pretty good crossover inside. You can also upgrade these things if you're so inclined. I've probably bought 5 pairs of these, and guess what? They are on my desk right now, or next to my desk right now, because I keep coming back to them. Unbeatable at the price. They have no equal. This one, we usually don't talk about headphones here, but this is a Skit Magni. It is, I don't know, $100, $120 headphone amplifier. And this is a headphone amplifier I keep coming back to, simply because I think super expensive headphone amplifiers are kind of silly, but that's my opinion. I'm not really into headphones all that much. But if you don't want to think about headphone amplifiers, you just get this one. You just want to check the box and have a good headphone amplifier. You get the Magni. And for 110, 120 bucks, whatever it is, I keep coming back to it because it's as much as I need. It really is. It's fantastic. And it's made in the US. Speaking of being made in the US, the Jashele Labs J2. Pretty much all the products from Jashele Labs, but especially the J2. It's a DAC. I always come back to the J2. Really, my choice right now is the AKM 4499 version. AKM 44, really all of them, but the AKM 4493, I think at its price is the best DAC that you can get. Great company, 3 generations again, made in the US. Different design philosophy, not only from the aesthetics, but from the electronics inside. Great customer service. And a product that truly outperforms other products costing multiples. You can get one with a socketed board, which means you can change the op amps on those as well. Tons of connections on the back. If you don't want the USB, you don't have to get it, and it's super affordable. I think these start around $250. You can get them in wood cases, you can get them in aluminum cases, you can get them in acrylic cases, I think. They also have the Daisy, which is their top tier DAC, and it's spectacular. It's expensive though. So for $250-ish, you can get into the J. What is it going to take for me to get you into a J? I sound like a used car salesman. But for $250, you can get a DAC that is your end game DAC if you want. Actually, I love the Denafreps Aries series, but when I got the AKM 4493 version in, I was just using it all the time, and I thought, I'm not using the Denafreps, so why don't I just give this away to one of my patrons? So I did that. Truly unbeatable at its price. Like and subscribe.